Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. It's a book that I wrote after I healed myself naturally from cancer without using medical method. So today is it's early December in 2024, and the holidays are upon us. And the holiday season can be extremely stressful for people. There are lots of extra things to do over the holidays for most of us. And if we do not take the time to listen to ourselves, to honor our own needs, to actually love ourselves, we end up getting sick after the holidays. How many times have we all stressed ourselves to the max and then gotten sick afterwards? And we spend a few days in bed just trying to recover from the holidays. Well, this isn't, it's not how it's meant to be. It's not necessary. And with just a few simple steps, we can start to take our power back. We can start to actually enjoy the holiday season without having to have any trauma and drama and stress in our lives associated with the doing of the holiday season. So we've all been taught by the false matrix programming that we have to think of others first, to um, care about others before ourselves, that if we put ourselves first, that it's selfish, that we're not allowed to love ourselves. We're taught that loving ourselves is narcissistic. All kinds of false matrix programming has us preventing ourselves from honoring ourselves. We try to take care of everybody else before we take care of ourselves, putting other people's needs in front of our own. Well, this never works out well for us when we do that, because it's not supposed to be that way. That's how it has been generated by the false matrix programming that teaches us to be selfless. And if we are selfless, then we are not self-full. And we can't give from an empty cup. We need to fill our own cup first. So how do we do that when there are so many things that we have to do over the holiday season, or so it seems? Well, taking a few minutes for yourself in the morning, even before you get out of bed, connect in with yourself. Breathe with your body, become present in your body. Your body's been asleep all night long, and you've been off in the other realms doing having all kinds of adventures in the other realms while your body sleeps. Because face it, we are grand beings of light. We are angelic beings. We are non-physical beings. We don't need to sleep. Our bodies need sleep, but we don't. So we go off into the non-physical realms. We have dreams all night long. This is where we're going off into other realms. And then we come back in the morning, and it's important to get ourselves into the body, to just breathe into our body, become present with the body. Set the tone for your day before you get out of bed. How would you like your day to go? If you would like for it to be peaceful and calm and easy, then you need to be able to get yourself into that state before you get out of bed. How many times do we wake up in the morning and the first thought is, oh my gosh, what do I have to do? What time is it? Am I going to be late for work? What do I need to do today? Did I forget to do this, that, or the other thing? Oh my gosh, did I remember to take care of whatever the kids need? And we're off on tangents before we even get out of bed. We're already out of our body before we get out of bed. We're thinking, we're off into the middle of our day, 3 days ahead. Oh my God, I forgot to do this thing. I have a deadline, blah, blah, blah. And we're not even in our bodies. So, in order to get through the holiday season, we have to make ourselves a priority. We have to care enough about ourselves to actually get into a state of love. Love is everywhere. It's a frequency. There's love is everywhere around us. We are made from love. We are made of love and light. We are grand beings of love and light, angelic beings, eternal beings, having a physical experience here on earth. We are not these physical bodies. We are the love and light that animates these bodies. But we live in a world that doesn't appreciate love. Love has been bastardized in this world. It has been contorted and distorted and perverted in this world. Unconditional love is the nature of who we are as beings. But we live in a world that values war. It values fighting and battling. It values distortion. It values us giving ourselves up, putting ourselves last. But we have to override that programming because the programming isn't who we are. Who we truly are is grand beings of love and light. So, in order for us to love ourselves, we have to allow ourselves to feel love. We have been taught that love is out there in the world, that there's somebody out there that's going to love us unconditionally, and we have to go find them. And when we go find them, then we will be complete, and then we will have love. That's the false matrix programming. We don't have love, we are love. We are love itself in physical form. And so, in order for us to be the love we are, we have to actually feel love in our body, which means we have to be able to tune in to the frequency of love that is everywhere around us. It's like a radio station that broadcasts on a specific frequency. Love is a frequency. It's being broadcast 24/7 from the heart of Mother, Father, God, Source, Universe, whatever words you'd like to put on that. And we have the ability to tune in to love in any moment. Every moment of every day, love is available for us. But if we don't take the time to close our eyes and tune in to that frequency, notice that frequency. We close our eyes because love is something that is not physical. Our physical eyes are for seeing the physical world. When we close our eyes, we can see the energy, we can see frequency, we can see the non physical world, we can see the invisible, the unseen. And seeing the invisible is not like it is seeing with our physical eyes. When we close our eyes and we open our third eye, we open that view screen of our imagination. We can start to see more clearly, but it's not like seeing with our physical eyes. When we tune into the frequency of love, we start to feel that in our body. We know that we have tuned into that frequency when we actually feel it in our bodies. This is what our bodies are for. They are the tuning mechanism. Our bodies are feedback. Our bodies are like the radio in your house. Well, we used to have radios in the house where we would turn the dial and tune in to a specific frequency, because each radio station has its own frequency. So if you wanted to listen to talk radio, you would have to tune in to the frequency of the talk radio channel. If you wanted to listen to classic rock, you'd have to tune in to the channel that broadcasts classic rock. If you want to listen to classical music, you tune into the channel that broadcasts classical music. There are channels that are emitting frequencies of love all day long from the universe itself. But we have to actually close our eyes, take some breaths, and choose to tune in to that frequency. What does love feel like? And when we start to notice what love feels like in our body, we start to use our body and our consciousness to tune into that channel. When we fall in love with someone, they don't bring the love that we feel to us. They simply elicit the love that is already there. They help us remember what's already inside. The love is already inside. It's here. But we have to choose to tune in to it. We're so conditioned by the false matrix programming to do. Go buy presents for people. Go do this. Go shopping. Go get a good deal. Remember to do this, that, and the other thing. Do you have everything you need for cooking the dinners that you're going to do? Are you going to have a party? Make sure you have everything. Do. What if you could simply be in that state of love? And what if by being in that state of love, you're in a state of peace? Because love and peace are buddies. Harmony, joy, happiness. All of these frequencies they all come together in harmony. And what if by being in a state of love and peace, all of the doing stuff, what if all of that stuff becomes far simpler, much easier? What if by being in that state of love and peace, all of the doing just sorts itself out effortlessly? What if it's far simpler than we've been taught? This is my direct experience. The more I get myself into that state of love, the simpler my life becomes. The more things just simply show up for me without me having to go looking and searching for them. The right people show up. Miraculous circumstances just happen. And life becomes much simpler, much easier, much more joyful. And this is what's possible for all of us. But coming up into the holiday season, there's been so much programming about what we have to do for others. Think about other people. And yes, doing things for others is beautiful when it's an act of love, but when it's an act of obligation, not so much. If we're doing things out of a sense of obligation, we're not loving ourselves. We're not honoring ourselves. That sense of obligation feels heavy. It feels like pressure. And that's the opposite of love. That's the opposite of following our inner guidance. And when we're going directly against our own inner guidance, results never work out to our benefit. So, this holiday season, are you willing to actually love yourself? Are you actually willing to honor yourself? Are you willing to open your heart and live from that space? Following the yeses, following the things that feel good. And even if you do some things, if you have some family obligations, times spending with family, sometimes family gatherings are a little tricky. And if you go into the family gathering and, oh gosh, I have to do this, I'm not really looking forward to this, it's probably not going to turn out all that well. But you have the ability to turn that around. You have the ability to choose differently. You have the ability to be in a space of love. When you find that space of love for yourself, allowing yourself to feel love in your body. And once you tune into that frequency of love and you feel that in your body, you then start to transmit that. You become a transmitter of love. And everybody around you feels that love. You have the ability to change any situation with the love you are. Are you willing to allow yourself to be the love you are? Are you willing to allow the holidays to be filled with love? Because you have the ability, you have the power. And when you walk around emitting, transmitting love, you can avoid the having to get sick after the holidays. You can avoid being stressed out over the holidays. You can turn the holidays around into something beautiful that they were originally meant to be in the first place. Heaven on earth is the original design. It's the divine design. It's how earth was meant to be. but it has been hijacked for a very long time. And we've not been allowed to have peace on earth and goodwill for all beings. But it's time to change that. And it's up to each and every one of us to be the love we are in order to change that, in order to stand firm in that love that we are and say no to all the things that try to make us give that up. It's time to say no to the war. It's time to say no to being taken advantage of, to be extorted from, to be quote unquote forced to do things that don't sit right with our soul. It's time to learn to love ourselves enough to say no to some things that don't feel like a match, and to say yes to the things that truly do. And sometimes saying yes to a nap, sometimes saying yes to spending an evening home alone is what actually sits right with your soul. Are you willing to love yourself this holiday season so that you can truly heal rather than getting sick? And we can start to heal this world together. We can start to heal our relationships with each other, with ourselves, with our bodies. And we can start to bring heaven on earth. Are you willing to love yourself enough to experience heaven on earth? I hope this was helpful to you. If so, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this where you feel others may benefit from it, and give it some thought. Are you willing to be the love you are? Are you willing to be in your body, fully present as the love you are? Thanks for watching. Until next week, be the love you are, because you can. If you'd like to learn more from me, you can find me at connectingyoutoyou.com. Thanks so much. See you next week.